Chapter 16, Secrets of Crete. The Starlight Voyager had charted a course to Crete, a Mediterranean island steeped in myth and history. Under a blazing sun, the yacht cut through turquoise waters, making its way toward the craggy cliffs and rolling hills that defined the Cretan coastline. Silver's eyes remained on the horizon, guiding the yacht with an almost intuitive sense of the sea. She knew the Mediterranean well, but Crete had always held a particular mystery, one that pulled her back again and again. Their guests were an eclectic mix: a Greek archaeologist researching Minoan relics, a historian specializing in mythology, and a former treasure hunter who had traveled the world in search of ancient artifacts. Each was drawn to Crete for reasons they kept mostly to themselves, their secrets almost as veiled as the island's own. "People say there's magic here," Camille remarked as she joined Silver at the helm. The biologist had her diving gear ready, eager to explore Crete's marine life and the rumored underwater ruins off the island's coast. "I've heard that too," Silver replied with a half smile. "The locals believe that Crete's gods still watch over these waters." Camille laughed softly, though she felt the truth of it. Crete was known for its myths: the Minotaur, King Minos, and the labyrinthine palace said to lie hidden beneath the ancient ruins. The stories seemed to drift through the air, as tangible as the salt spray. As they neared the shore, Aidan was busy in the galley, preparing a Greek-inspired feast of grilled lamb, olives, and freshly baked bread. "Nothing like a little taste of Crete," he said, though he couldn't hide his unease. "This place gives me the creeps. Feels like something's watching us." "Probably just those mountains," Ray replied with his usual gruffness, though even he seemed wary. The engineer had spent the morning checking the yacht's systems, muttering about the dangers of navigating around ancient sites. They anchored in a secluded bay flanked by high cliffs, the waters so clear that they could see the seabed. Dr. Eleni Marcos, the archaeologist, stood at the bow, her gaze fixed on the shore with a mixture of anticipation and reverence. "This island is sacred," she said, more to herself than anyone else. "It's been home to so many civilizations, each one leaving something behind." Hector, the former treasure hunter, looked unimpressed. "Sacred or not, people have been finding treasure here for centuries." Later that afternoon, Camille, Eleni, and Isla set off to explore the underwater ruins rumored to lie near the bay. Camille's research hinted at submerged remnants of the Minoan civilization: columns, statues, even mosaics from a time long forgotten. As they slipped into the water, they were struck by the beauty of the underwater landscape. Sea fans and corals dotted the ocean floor, while schools of fish darted between ancient stones covered in algae. It didn't take long before they found something remarkable: a broken column, half buried in the sand, with intricate carvings that had endured the passage of time. "Look at this," Camille whispered through her comms. "It's definitely Minoan." Eleni was ecstatic, her eyes wide with wonder. "We're swimming through history." As they explored, a strange sound echoed through the water, a low, rhythmic hum that seemed to vibrate through the ruins. Camille and Isla exchanged uneasy glances. It was unlike anything they'd heard before, a sound that felt both foreign and familiar, as if the ruins themselves were calling out. Above, Silver and the crew waited in tense anticipation. The historian, Dr. Theo Nicolaou, watched the water with intense interest. "These ruins are said to be cursed," he told Silver. "The Minoans worship gods of the sea. Some believe they cursed these waters to protect their secrets." Silver gave him a sidelong glance. "You think a curse could still be alive after all this time?" Theo's expression was serious. "These myths endure for a reason." As dusk approached, Camille, Ulla, and Eleni resurfaced, recounting the hum they had heard beneath the waves. Even Ray seemed spooked as he listened. "A curse," he muttered. "Last thing we need." That evening, the crew and guests gathered for dinner under the stars. As they ate, the conversation drifted to the myths of Crete. Theo shared the legend of King Minos, who had built a labyrinth to contain the Minotaur, a creature of both man and beast. He explained that some believed the labyrinth was not only a prison for the Minotaur, but a passage to another world, a place where time ceased to matter. "And it's said," Theo continued in a hushed tone, "that the Minotaur's spirit still wanders these shores, searching for the entrance to the underworld." Isla shivered, though she tried to hide it. I don't think I like this story. They stayed up late into the night watching the moonlight dance on the water, each one feeling the island's ancient presence. The air grew colder, and the hum Camille had heard underwater seemed to echo faintly in the distance, like a heartbeat drifting from the depths. Unable to sleep, Camille went back on deck, drawn by the island's strange energy. She stood alone, watching the cliffs cast shadows over the bay. In the faint moonlight, she saw something near the shore, a figure moving among the rocks. She squinted, her heart racing, but the figure vanished into the shadows. The next morning, they awoke to an unsettling discovery: strange symbols carved into the side of the yacht. They were intricate and symmetrical, resembling ancient Minoan designs. Silver, Camille, and Theo examined them closely, each of them struck by the detail and precision. "This is impossible," Camille whispered, her hand tracing the grooves. "No one on board could have done this." Eleni looked pale, her eyes wide with fear. "The gods, they're trying to tell us something." Theo nodded gravely. "Perhaps they're warning us to leave." With the eerie symbols weighing on their minds, they decided to depart, casting one last look at the island that had left its mark on both the yacht and their memories. As the Starlight Voyager drifted away from Crete's shores, the hum from the ruins seemed to fade, the island's secrets slipping back into the depths. Each member of the crew felt a sense of quiet reverence as they sailed away, knowing they had encountered something beyond their understanding. As they left Crete behind, they knew its legends would stay with them, a haunting reminder of mysteries still hidden beneath the stars and waves.